going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys a brand new video today talking about Meltan and Melmetal in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. If you haven't heard, the data miners have kind of taken over here, and they have access to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and are leaking a bunch of information. So I will say, if you don't want any spoilers, please don't watch the rest of this video. I will say though, in this video, I'm simply going to talk about stats and a shiny version. I'm not gonna like spoil a crazy amount of the game, and I promise that I'm gonna do my best to not have any spoilers and like thumbnails and stuff like that. So it should be pretty low key, so you have nothing to be concerned about here. But like I said, I'm just gonna talk about base stats and stuff like that. So basically, like I said, the data miners have access to the game. They've been going through a lot of the files and stuff. I've actually been trying to stay away from it as best as I can because I don't want to be totally spoiled myself. So I may kind of disappear and stay away from the internet for a little bit, or maybe I'll just be too curious and I'll make some videos. I'm not quite sure yet, but I did want to talk about this one because I couldn't avoid it. It was retweeted in front of me and I'm like, all right, I gotta check it out now. So anyway, we're gonna talk about Meltan and Melmetal and kind of their stats. So the first thing is I'm using Kafotic's Twitter. I'll put his link in the description below if you want to check out his Twitter. He is the kind of top data miner right now. Him and another guy, Sawyers, are known for data mining the games pretty much every year. And if you guys want to go follow him and kind of see all this information yourself, go for it, by all means. But anyway, let's talk about it. So he showed a picture of Meltan's Shiny here, which we actually did know about, right? So when Meltan replaced Kecleon in Pokemon Go a few weeks back, right before Pokemon Community Day for Chikorita, we actually did see its shiny sprite, so we did know what it was going to look like regardless. But we have information here of Meltan shiny sprite, which has a really cool blue tail instead of the red tail, and then it's kind of like a rust intarnation colored, or tarnish colored, intarnation, what intarnation? Tarnish colored for Meltan, so pretty cool. And Meltan's actually not very strong. I'll show you guys its stats right here. Again, Kurt posting those out as well. So 46, 65 attack, 65 defense, 55 special attack, 35 special defense, and 34 speed. Its ability is magnet pull, so kind of interesting, right? So it's going to be able to kind of pull all those things together, and that's kind of what it's going to do. Not anything too crazy there. Its stats are really trash though for a mythical Pokemon, right? Probably I think it's actually the worst mythical Pokemon stat-wise that we've ever seen, because Fiona, I think, is actually base 80 across the board, maybe. It might be 60, but I think it's 80. So, you know, obviously, Manaphy, Fiona, whatever. Fiona's a little bit stronger, so Meltan, very, very, very weak, but I suppose that's kind of it to be expected, right? We know it evolves. It's like truly the first mythical Pokemon that does evolve. I have said it wrong in the past, but Fiona does not evolve into Manaphy. Manaphy simply can breed and give you Fiona, but nevertheless, Meltan does evolve into Mel Metal, which I think should be called Mel Titan. I'm sure you guys agree. Mel Titan sounds so much better. Let's take a look at Mel Metal Shiny. So this we actually have not seen. This is new information here. Mel Metal Shiny, you could kind of guess what it was going to look like from the fact that, you know, it was, you know, very much so similar to the previous one. And I'll kind of move this out of the way. Hold on, let me move that out of the way. So you can see kind of what the non-shiny form looks like, and then the shiny form. Non-shiny form, shiny form, shiny. Yeah, you got it. You got the idea, right? So basically the gear is a slightly different color, and it looks like pretty much everything else is about the same. So nothing too crazy there in terms of Mel Metal's kind of shiny form. I think it looks cool though. I like the coloring. It's not anything crazy. But what we're really going to talk about in this video, and kind of the main point of this video, is Mel Metal Stats. So let's take a look there. That is Mel Metal Stats right there. 135 HP, 143 attack, 143 defense, 80 special attack, which is essentially useless unless it gets Volt Switch. I don't know what its move pool is. I have no idea. Obviously, things are going to change when Generate 8 comes out. Abilities aren't even in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so its ability is kind of moot. But what I'm saying is, in the future, looking at Mel Metal in the future competitively, there's some options there, right? So 80 special attack, again, not a huge deal unless it learns Volt Switch. The reason why, only reason why I bring up Volt Switch is because Kling Klang learns Volt Switch and it's a pure steel type. 65 special defense, which is absolute trash, and 34 speed, also absolutely trash. But look at those first three stats, dude. 135 HP, 143 attack, 143 defense. Those are out of this world, dude. Those are out of this world. We know it's got its signature move. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Bear with me. Has a signature move, which is a steel type move. That's going to probably get boosted by Iron Fist. I think it hits twice at 60 base power, something like that. That's going to get boosted by Iron Fist. You're going to see things like Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch. I'm sure it's going to learn them. I'm sure it's going to have the punches, especially if Iron Fist is what it gets. You throw this thing Bullet Punch, dude, it doesn't need a good speed stat. Iron Fist boosted Bullet Punches. I'm pretty sure Bullet Punch is boosted by Iron Fist. I'm trying to think of Hitmonchan because I know it learns it. I'm pretty sure it's boosted. Can you imagine, dude? Iron Fist boosted. Bullet Punches coming off a 143 attack monster. It doesn't even need the speed. I can envision some sets right now. I mean, you can run an Assault Vest set. I'm assuming that when, you know, when held items come back in Generation 8, Assault Vest would be phenomenal on this guy. Allows him to take some special hits. He's in pretty good shape. You could also run different berries. You could run like an Aka Berry or a Shuka Berry to reduce the damage from special effective hits. Because even though his special defense or super effective hits, even though his special defense is absolute trash, and it is, right? 65 is really bad. Its HP is insane. So you can easily just run max HP, max attack every single time on this thing in terms of an EV spread. You don't have to worry about its speed. It's really bad. You can pair it with Trick Room if you wanted to. Obviously, that's a viable strategy, maybe even in doubles, but I guess doubles typically don't allow, you know, mythicals in the first place. But either way, you could run max HP, max attack. That's all you got to do. Simple as that. Then you, like I said, you throw an Assault Vest on it. You throw a Choice Band on it. If it gets Bullet Punch, you throw a Choice Band on it and it's going to be insane. You throw, I mean, if it gets Bulk Up, I feel like Bulk Up would be really good. You know, maybe it learns Amnesia. Who even knows? Again, at this moment, I wasn't able to find the movesets for this thing. I'm sure that'll be in the next few days. But I wanted to talk about its stats because I just felt like, I guess I wasn't too surprised, but this is a very, very good Pokemon here. Pure Steel is a phenomenal typing. It's actually, in my opinion, one of the best typings in the game is Pure Steel. Fairy's really good, but Pure Steel's so good because you don't have to worry about a 4x weakness. You only have a handful of weaknesses in fighting and ground and fire. And generally, fighting types are physically offensive. There are some special offensive moves like Focus Blast and Aura Sphere, but that, you know, those are few and far between. It's not like, you know, they're widespread. Focus Blast is pretty widespread, but it's very inaccurate and very unreliable. So that's a problem there. And then when it comes to, obviously, ground type moves, ground types are obviously generally lean towards physical. Earth Power is an exception to that, which is a move tutor, but a lot of those Pokemon that are ground types are physically offensive Pokemon as well. So this thing is geared, pun intended, to be an absolute monster in competitive Pokemon. Is it going to be Ubers? I don't think so, right? Like, it's hard to tell without a moveset right now. I think it's going to be a really good Pokemon, though. I think the speed is going to slow it down. It's going to hold it back a little bit. Man, I'm really punny today. The speed is going to hold it back just a little bit, but I think that, like I said, you can run a lot of things with this thing in terms of, you know, the possible Assault Vest, the possible Choice Band sets, the possible setup sets if it learns a move like Bulk Up, which I feel like it probably will. Having Drain Punch to get recovery back is going to be incredible if it learns that move again. With Iron Fist, it just makes sense that it would. It looks like it would learn Drain Punch. So just a lot of potential here, I think, with Mel Metal. And I'm really excited to kind of see what it ends up doing. I'm excited to see what the end result is going to be with Mel Metal in the competitive metagame. I know we're still a year away from Generation 8. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee's not even out yet. I'm so excited to play the game. Not even out yet, but it is something to look forward to. What I'd recommend, if you are playing Pokemon Go and you want to get a Meltan or a Mel Metal as soon as possible, save up your rare candies, because I'm pretty sure the way it works is you're going to get that special research box in Pokemon Go. You're going to be able to do the Pokemon Go to get a bunch of Meltans. You're going to pineapple them all right and get as much candy as you can get, but you're going to need 400 candy to evolve your Meltan into Mel Metal, and that's a lot of candy. 400 candy, that's insane. So chances are it's going to take people a few weeks of playing the game, which, by the way, is genius on behalf of Game Freak. Make people play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Pokemon Go together to get it. But save your rare candies if you want to get it faster. That's what I've been doing. I got about 160 rare candies in my game, so that way in Pokemon Go, so that way I can use those to make them Meltan candy when the time comes, and I can get Mel Metal as fast as possible when the game comes out. That's my objective. Again, in-game, in this game, it's going to be really good. I mean, these stats are incredible. With no abilities, no held items, it's not as big of a deal. But speaking in the future for Generation 8, there's a lot of potential there in terms of what Mel Metal can do and how strong it's going to be in the future games. So I'm really excited about that. Again, if you want to check out Kafotics on Twitter, by all means, again, just keep in mind that you're potentially running into spoilers, so you got to be careful about that, because you're gonna see the spoilers. And again, I'm gonna do my best to not like blatantly spoil anything here on the channel, because I know people get kind of mad about that. So but yeah, guys, otherwise 152-hour marathon's coming up on Friday for the launch of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I'm doing a Nintendo Switch giveaway in the description below. You can check that out, like the video, subscribe, and you can enter that to win a Nintendo Switch. And that's it, guys. Get excited, man. The game's just a few days away. I'm so pumped about it. Let me know what you think the best Mel Metal set is gonna be in competitive when the time comes. That's gonna be for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Alright, so I had to add this little bit on here because I went through and looked through the TMs. Again, I'm not sure about full level up pools, but these are the TMs that Mel Metal can actually learn. And there's a few things I just wanted to point out about this. So we do get confirmation of Thunder Punch and Ice Punch, which is pretty nuts. No Fire Punch, but that's pretty normal for this kind of Pokemon. We'll also see Earthquake on there, so those are some really, really good options there too. And one of the things I like about it is it does get Ice Punch, but it also learns things like Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and stuff like that. So in a very unique situation, especially like I come from the counter team format, I could really see someone running like Ice Beam to counter Landorus instead or something like that. In case you're worried about Intimidate, you could just hit him with an Ice Beam or something. So there are some opportunities there. It does get Thunder Wave. Again, who knows if it's gonna learn Volt Switch in the future. Kind of cool if it does, but Superpower as well, so it's a really powerful move there. Brick Break, things like that, Facade, and then of course some pretty straightforward stuff. So yeah, just some really cool options for moves. Again, its physical attack is where it's gonna really shine, but it does have that special attack stat, which isn't terrible. AD base power isn't terrible if you're using a move that's 4 times super effective against something. Like I said, an Ice Beam against a, you know, Landorus, or maybe a Thunderbolt against a Gyarados or something like that. So there are some options there. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.
Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one, and be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.